Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. How are you? I am good. I am doing good. I'm going to pull up my computer real quick while I'm here. And open up the Facebook page, but I can see. Sorry, something went wrong, it says. We're good. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to open Facebook. How's everybody doing? There we go. Yay. All right, and then I'm going to do all right, I should be able to see your comments because I got the camera down so low that I could sit up nice and straight and see what I'm doing. But I can see that nobody is here yet, so I will wait a hot minute and see what's going on. Today is, so I made a schedule of tutorials or paint with me sessions, and each month it's the same. So the first week it's starting a new big project. The second week, I don't remember what it is, ink and watercolor. The third week is zoomorphia. The fourth week is mixed media, something like that. But every once in a while there's 5 weeks in a month, and this is one of those. So this is the last day of the month and it's Monday. So this is technically a bonus tutorial. So this month we have 5 paint with me sessions. So here I am all by myself. Nobody is on here yet. I'm not feeling the love yet. But that's okay. I'm just kidding. I don't put the camera on me anymore because this way I can set up the camera perfectly and not worry about it and get you nice and close. So today you're going to be nice and close. Anyways, I've been working on this really cool thing. And it is just layering of watercolors with ink, and that's nothing new to any of you. Hi, Vicky. That's nothing new because we've done that a lot. Sorry about that light coming in. Nothing I can do about that one right there till the sun goes down. Layering watercolor and ink, we've done that before, but now I'm starting to layer oil on top of it. And by oil, I mean oil pastels. They're really fun to use, easy to use. I want to get myself a new set so I can do some other things with these that I have ideas with. Anyways, layering oil pastels. And so that's what I'm going to do with you today. And we're going to move fairly quickly because I'm going to sketch a floral on here, and then I'm going to decide whether to use the sketch I do with you or to use another sketch that I just did. And so I'll show you that. Here's the other sketch I just did. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the sketching of the floral is not really the main part of it. And then I'm going to pull up a watercolor of a floral that I already did because we're not going to, wait so long for everything to dry. So I'm just going to sketch this out right now. And I want to sketch it very lightly because I don't want the watercolors to be super heavy. So I'm just gonna kind of whoever else is here, I can see somebody else is here. Oh, that's me. I'm here and Vicky's here. It's you and me, Vicky. So I'm just gonna start sketching, and I think what I want this one to do is be like a sunflower floral. So let's just do that. Let's make the sunflower kind of facing that direction. Maybe one's coming up here and like that. A wonky little sunflower. Oops. The wonkier, the better. And then maybe one's gonna be more facing head on. It's where the petal is. So I just want to really make a quick sketch. I didn't really want to spend this much time on it. So there I go, going a little bit quicker. And then maybe I want to do something here. Let's do some, let's do really thinking hard. Thinking really too hard now, see? You got me. Okay, this is going to be some blue florals. And maybe some here. Let's do some of that blue here too. The reason why I say it's blue is because I've got sunflowers, right, that are going to be yellow, obviously. And so I always know I want to add blue because it's pretty. When you're doing this, don't really think about too much about the sketch because it's going to be layers. So we get to do whatever we want to do. Erase that part of the base. Let's get some leaves coming out here. Let's get some round leaves, like little eucalyptus leaves. Don't hang that way, but we can call it whatever we want. Okay, so I have to choose between this sketch and this sketch, and I think I'm going to choose between the sketch that I just did because I kind of like it. Now, I know you guys can hardly see it, right? Hi, Sandy. Yay, she's here. Sorry, it took me a minute to look up. Oh, you guys, sorry if you hear me sniffing. I had a cold last week, and then everything turned into horrible allergies, and I have not been able to get them under control. So my nose is miserable and my head is miserable, but the rest of me is just fine. And then I had the cold medicine, and I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook post. I literally, I'm gonna start painting this really quick, because I'm doing it quick because I want you to see that it just, not to, you see that? That was cool. Not to spend too much time on this part because we're going to add lots of layers. Okay, let's get this wet. And I'm going to add more brown on that other flower. I don't do a lot of brown on my paintings, you know that, but I don't want the inside of these sunflowers are so big. I don't want them to do black, but I will add some color into this brown while it's still wet. Okay, let's get this one more dark. There we go. And let's get this one more dark while it's wet. Gosh, isn't it fun watching the watercolors move? Okay. That's it for the brown, but I'm going to add a little bit of blue in there. So I've got like this turquoise blue. I'm just going to get some of that in there just to get a little bit of interest, I guess, into the middle of the brown. Sunflower. All brown would be, yeah, right, you guys? I like that much better. Okay, so it's speaking brown, but it has color, right? Okay, I'm gonna let that dry before I even attempt to do the other leaves on there. So that's how I'm gonna work on this. Let's see, I had blue on my brush, so let's just, even though I just rinsed it out, let's go back to the blue. Okay, now I sketched it really lightly because I don't really want to see much of these pencil marks, which a lot of it will be covered with ink anyways, but I'm really excited for this one. Okay, now while that's still wet, I'm going to go in with a different color of blue. So I'm going to choose something, I think, darker. That is not going to show. Never mind, let me get something much darker. Yeah, here's my handy dandy. So I was at that one, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like deep blue gray. That's kind of too dark, maybe. Let's try indigo. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh, these watercolor paints are so good, but they do dry very quickly. But you can make them completely opaque, which is really cool. There we go. There, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, let's do some down here too. I'm going to go back to that initial color. Now it's mixed on my brush, so there's 2 colors on my brush, which is fine. Oh, gosh, that's pretty, isn't it? Okay. So you see how that's drying? It's really shaping up to have some pretty color to it. So I have 3 circles here. So let's do this. This is a magenta color. These are going to be kind of fantasy flowers. You know, I love fantasy flowers. I love me a good fantasy flower. Okay, I'm just gonna let those stay open like that for now. Let's see. Then I can go in with, let's get a little bit of this magenta on some of the stems. And I'm doing this because you mix that with green and it's really pretty. Just on some of it. That's one of my Costa Rican influences. I need to erase some of this. No, I don't. Okay, so I want you to see what's going to happen when I paint these green right now. I'm going to do it right now. while it's still wet. Oh, sorry for the sniffing, you guys. It's so gross, I know. What are they, the watercolor? I have talked about these like Fudusaki, let's see. Kuretake. Kuretake. And you can get them on Amazon, of course. Okay, so I want this to bleed. Ooh, it looks so pretty when it bleeds. With the pink or the magenta. Do you see how that's bleeding in there? And it just looks really pretty. It's like a brownish green color with hints of that pink. And then I just mix it with this, like go right over those pink areas with the green. I'm just going to add another leaf here because why not? And then I'm just going into another color. I'm going to mix that in there. And then I'm going to go up to these ones, which is a different kind of leaf, I suppose, because they're a different shape. So I'm doing this very fast. I know. And I mean, I encourage you to do it fast and to do a lot, to do a lot of them. So I did like 3 or 4 drawings for fun. And that way I have them available for when I want to go back to this later if I don't do more, today. That's always fun, just to have stuff available to paint. I'm only going to use 2 brushes. I mean, maybe just one, but 2. This one, and then there's a smaller one. And this is just a cheap classroom brush number. It's the one I always use. I don't know what number it is because it's covered in paint because I use it for my acrylics too. I use this brush. Well, I have like so many of them, but whenever I do the canvas paintings too. I'm going to double layer that green. So we're going to put another color of green on, maybe a darker green. Let's see what I got here. See, I got to spray them again. Okay. All right. And let's get some burnt sienna in some of those stems. That's that orange. Ooh, that's too much on my brush. Just getting some interest. Okay, let me get some more green on there. Okay, I'm going to start these with a light blue. I need that somewhere else too. No, I don't. Yes, I do. I don't have anywhere else to go with them. Maybe over here. Okay, and I'm going to tap some sort of green in there. Maybe this one. Let's try that. That is a different green. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think this is dry, so I can go start with the petals here, and I need to do the insides of those too. So let's just get some water on this sunflower yellow and some orange. That is going to make the blue pop. So of course we're excited for this. I'm not worried so much about the pencil lines because I will scribble a little bit on those. Hi, Shimi. You want to sit down on your bed, buddy? Hi, Monica. So I'm almost done, right, with the painting of this. Almost there. And when I'm done with the painting of this, I'm going to move on to one that I've already painted, so we don't have to wait for everything to dry. So you can just see, right? So this is the process. This is the process that I'm working with. All right, I'm gonna get a little orange on my brush and just kind of drop some of that orange into some of those sunflowers. Hopefully while they're still wet. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that pretty? And then I'm gonna get this all orange on the inside of these. And then we're gonna paint the vase. All right, I am going to paint the vase, my classic, what I do all the time because I love it. Black and white. See how dark that watercolor is for black? So good. Now nothing has to be perfect because remember, you still have layers of things that you can use to fix things or to add to it. That's the vase. Just All right. So that's my beginning painting, okay? I'm gonna let this dry, and now I'm gonna bring on what I already started working on, because I want you guys to be able to see the whole process of the ink and then the oil pastels. Hi, Brenda. Hello, Brenda, hello. Sorry I didn't check it sooner. So that was the watercolor undercolor, and it's just kind of like a little, you know, simple watercolor, right? I like these to be airy and not full or layered and all that. So next I'm gonna do just the doodling, and that's only gonna probably take me about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna do, so I have my Micron pens. We're gonna do, and you know what I want to do first before I do that? I'm going to do this. So these are called Inktense. Now you can do this with the Micron markers or whatever you want. You can use anything. But it's really all about layering your different materials. These are permanent once they get wet, and they have a very intense pigment. So these are supposed to be like little, what are they called? They make tea out of it, and I have them in my backyard. Why can't I remember? I can't remember. Now I'm going to get it wet, so that then once I get it wet, it's going to be permanent. My dog is scratching to go outside. Of course he is, because I am on a video and David's not home. So of course he's scratching to go outside. As if he really needs to pee. He was just out there. Okay, so I'm going to start doodling in here. I'm going to go around that and around that. And I like to doodle loose. Now I discovered this whole method when I found a watercolor painting a couple weeks ago that I didn't like. And I was like, and it was this. It's very similar to what you're looking at. It had a gray background and flowers and doodling on it. And I was like, ugh, there's not much I like about it, you know? And then I did what I'm going to show you in a minute to it. And now I framed it and I put it for sale. So I would never put anything for sale unless I'm pretty confident about it. I'll just put it in my stores of, you know, if I'm not confident about it, I'll put it in my stores, my paint stores, my stored paint stuff, and go, oh, maybe that's something I'll come back to later, or maybe it just will, my kids will have to clear it out when I pass away. Hibiscus is the word I was looking for. All right. Let's get on with it, because I want to show you guys the good part. Again, I do think that very loose doodling is very attractive, but you might not. And so it's totally okay. You do you, it adds you me, right? almost there. Gosh, I hope my husband comes home soon because Seamus is really acting like he needs to go outside. Okay, is that it? All right, and then I'm just going to do this in here. And a little bit more in here, and then we're almost ready for the fun stuff. I'm sorry about the sniffing, you guys. That's gross, I know. And I'm just going to add some in here, and then I'm going to add a little bit of stems in here. Just the idea of stems. All right, did I get everything? Did I miss anything? I didn't miss anything. Okay, so this is the fun part. Hi, Mary Catherine, MK, how are you doing? So these are oil pastels. They are oil, and so this will not, oops, I missed a leaf. This will not dry quickly. In fact, I will put it out in the sun for a day or two. I mean, I'll bring it in at night if it's going to be wet, obviously, to dry it. But I also have heard people say to put it in your hot car to dry it. And then you have to spray a fixative over it because even when it's dry, it might still be smudgy. Now, I don't like the way those look, so I'm going to go with my acrylic marker. My acrylic markers, sorry for the hiccups and sniffing. I'm a mess, a hot mess. I'm going to go with the acrylic markers over that before I start with the oil, because you cannot put acrylic over oil. But I can put acrylic over these because it turns permanent. Okay, that's better. Once that dries, I'll add set of markers. They've done me for a couple years, so they've done me well. Okay, better. I'll let that dry before I put some yellow on there. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. So this part is just, you'd literally just want to smudge. You're just adding, it's like really, really thick, vibrant color. Oh my gosh, you guys, I gotta go let Seamus out. I heard him just fall, and he falls. Hold on, I'll be right back. You need to go outside? You wanna go outside? Okay, I'll let you outside. Hey babe, I just let Seamus outside because he was scratching and he fell and all that stuff, so.
Okay, you have something going on?
Yeah, I'm on a tutorial. Okay, all right. Okay, so here, I love doodling over them too, but this like just takes it to the next level. So this stuff is so opaque. Where was I? I was with the light blue. I mean, I'll bring it up to the camera so you can see how beautiful it is. This is orange. Okay, so just scribble. I mean, it's hard to do anything else because they're fat, so you can't really control it, right? but you can with wax, right? So you can use any kind of wax, smear that out. So if I wanted to blend that, I can smear it out, but I don't. I like the way it looks like that. Okay, so in here, I'm going to do in the inside of this little doodad right around there. And then I might take red, because that's supposed to be red, yeah, and kind of draw some red in there. And I don't like that, so I'm going to go over it in the orange. And I like that better. Just gives it, now I will show you how you can smudge with wax. You can use any kind of cold wax. So if you have DIY wax, right? Like if you've used furniture paint and in the past and you have that kind of wax, or Annie Sloan wax, which has turpentine in it, so that will really cut down that will cut down the oil a lot, and it will help it dry. Any type of wax. So this is a blue, and I think over here I'm going to put some of this blue on in spots. See that? And I'm going to get into some purple. Gosh, I love it. Okay, see the blue that I just added on there? It just adds this depth. Now let's put some purple on there. That's a yucky purple. Let's put some pale purple on there. Oh, okay, I'm going to show you that close up in a minute. See the purple? I never turned my light on so you can see it better. There. Forgot to turn my light on today. And this is, ooh, that's brown. I don't want to do that. Ew. It's a gnarly color. This is a pretty, that's not even going to show up on there, so I'll just go right back to the orange. And I'm still leaving some room for if I want to do extra doodling. Let's get some yellow in these. Now, if you don't have oil pastels, you can use crayons, right? And get a similar look. Not quite the same, but similar. You can use anything you want, my sisters. Look at the purple in this leaf. I mean, hi, that's pretty, right? Let's put a little bit in that one, a little bit over here. I like it. Add some of this green. Oh. Okay, and then there is this pink. That is all I have left, because obviously pink I love, but it's really pretty. And let me get, I wonder if this pale pink in there will do anything. No, I don't like that. There's two reds, and I don't know what one. This one's called Scarlet, and this one is called Carmine. Gotcha. I think I like Scarlet better. Yeah, look at that in there. Ooh. I would have liked that better in there too. Okay, I'm going, ooh, in there. Pink, 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 pink. I am going to get some wax out, and I'm going to show you how you can use a brush and kind of smear it around. I just like it so much better, right? And then these are kind of big, so I'll probably like go back with this, which is the Inktense, which I can get a little bit of the same look with it if I don't wet it. Okay, so I'm getting that same crayonish look with the Inktense, but like maybe here I want to wet it to blend it. Watch. Well, that just, let me take that off. Take the water off. There's too much water on there. Now, once it's wet with the Inktense, you can go in and then this, what I'm putting on here will be permanent because that leaf is wet. So that's the other way that you can use your Inktense, is you can wet your paper and paint on a wet surface. And now I can kind of blend these in, probably still with a wet brush to blend them together. Yeah. And I like that. It's pretty. I'm going to put some of this blue in here. Okay, let me get some wax. I'll show you something. I have all sorts of kind of wax. I've got cold wax, which is how you would, that's the best way to seal watercolors. Did you know that? Is with cold wax, but I'm trying to find my where is it? I need to decolor it. Oh my gosh, all this bragging about how organized I am, and I can't find any of them. Really, Kara? Play out in the garage. Okay. All right, I guess I'm not gonna do that. That's a bummer. Anyways, I'll tell you how you do it. You just dip your brush in wax. You just dip your brush in wax and then you smear this out. And this is, I mean, just without the wax, you can see, because there's a lot of pigment in these and they're thick, I'm moving the color without wax. And that kind of looks cool. People will be like, how did she do that? Right? How did we get that texture? And I don't want it, actually, I don't want to move a lot of it. Now I made that orange, which I didn't want to do. Ooh, it looks cool though. Which I didn't want to do, but then it looks cool. One of those happy accidents, right? I don't want to move it a lot. I like the thickness and the texture, but just a little bit here and there. Like, I like that. I'm not going to switch that or change it. And I think that's it. Da-da-da-dun. You know, you can just, the sky's the limit. Oh, I need to fix that. Do that. So this is going to get little yellow dots on him. So is this guy. And then we're gonna doodle around the stem. And then I might just kind of add some more doodles. I didn't add a lot because I wanted to make sure I had room for the oil pastels. And I don't want my pens to get in the oil pastels. That will ruin them, which I probably just did. Just add a little bit here just to show, that shows the directionality of the leaf, the veining. And it's done. Finito. Finito. So there you can see close up. Hi, Amber. You always forget to use your oil pastels. Oh, they're so fun. The only frustrating thing is the dry time, but honestly, if I put it out in the sun and I touch it and it still gets on my hand, but then I spray the fixative over it, like about a couple coats, and then it's good. But Mary Beth did say put it in the back of your hot car. So I will be trying that now that it is getting hot, but it's been cold, so I haven't been able to do that. But anyways, that's what she looks like. I'm gonna add some doodling down here to, I think I ruined that pen by getting it in the oil. Don't do that. Not that one. That one's so skinny. That one's so skinny too. Here, this one. I just like that. One of the ones that I did, it just had lines going through it like this, and I kind of liked it. It was kind of cute, so I'll do it again. Anyways, that's that, you guys. All right, so here is the deal. I will turn the camera around to me. I mean, I've been home all day, so don't be alarmed at the way I look. There. Is that better? I don't know what you're seeing. Okay. I am, so a week from Friday is Arts in Bloom. I have every intention to do a tutorial next Monday and the Monday after that. If I do take one Monday off, it would be the Monday after Arts in Bloom, because this is what Arts in Bloom is, you guys. It's an outdoor festival, which of course those are awful to work. I love doing it, I do, but I'm exhausted. Anyways, it's an outdoor festival. Friday night it's from 5 till 10 at night. Saturday it's 10 in the morning till 10 at night. And then Sunday it's 11 in the morning until 5. So it is very possible that Monday, the Monday after Arts in Bloom, I will be canceling because it takes it. I mean, you can tell I'm sure you would understand. I will have a level of exhaustion. So, but I am fully intending on coming on next week and doing something fun. We're going to be starting a large canvas piece. And I'll probably be using spray paint, so we might be going outside with that. Okay? Have a great rest of your week. I will likely see you here Friday because I'm not working at the gallery, so I'll probably pop on and talk with you about something interesting, hopefully. And I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thanks for coming on. Bye, you guys. Here we go. And any questions? You're welcome, Sandy. Bye, you guys.